Warner, and thank you for your forbearance today of competing priorities. As we all know, we serve on several committees, and at times it is difficult to juggle them all. Senator Poore, if you would, what I heard in your description of our Delaware's Joint Sunset Committee, some could take as a real lack of success. It eliminated 19 boards and commissions, I believe, the last year, but these were defunct, understaffed, or irrelevant. That's great. My sense of the Joint Sunset Committee is it really hasn't eliminated whole agencies of government, the sort of big things that are the most expensive or most demanding. Yet your testimony implies that has been effective. So help me with how the committee has been successful if it hasn't eliminated whole departments. What's the dynamic that allows a bicameral, bipartisan process of negotiation where unanimous recommendations are essentially adopted legislatively in consultation with the very departments they seek to review? Has it worked? Has it been effective? If so, why? If not, why not?
Certainly, Senator Coons, it has been effective. And what our goal is with this committee is to offer the opportunity to the agencies, boards, and commissions, quite frankly, to have bragging rights, to talk about how they have invested back in the public and the wonderful things that they have done for the public. Our job at that point is then to determine that they have successfully done that by the laws in which they have written or which the policies that they have written forth for their organization, agency, or commission. When we have found, and as a new chairwoman for this particular committee, when that has taken place in the past, they have either been incorporated under another agency, such as the Department of Justice. And so therefore, those employees have gone underneath that department. But it has proved to be successful.
So if I hear you right, there are recent instances where you've got a functioning entity, but it's underperforming.
Yes.
It's not meeting its mission, it's off focus, it's been years since it's been effectively reviewed, and you've been able to work out legislatively an agreed-to process by which it's downsized, streamlined, and then put into another agency that can offer more effective operational oversight.
Correct.
So the three outcomes we've seen in recent years: one, just outright elimination. That's mostly happened with boards or commissions that were non-functioning. Mm-hmm. Downsizing and reallocation to a stronger oversight agency, or because they know you have the legislative power to restructure them or eliminate them, the large departments of our relatively small government come in knowing that they have to do better, and they do perform better, and you leave them largely alone.
Absolutely.
Is that the range of the three outcomes you've seen in Delaware?
Yes.
Any lessons you've learned by looking at other state commissions? You mentioned in some detail Texas. You mentioned about half of the states have comparable sunset committees. What lessons have you seen, and what things do you think we in the federal government should consider as we discuss the possibility of a comparable sunset committee for the federal system?
So, Senator Coons, again, being a new committee member, what I would suggest is that bringing these boards, commissions, and agencies forth to be able to understand that they are actively working, that they are producing great results for the public, that's going to be your first determination on whether or not and where to move forward, and whether that means that you're incorporating them into another agency or you're allowing them to stand alone.
We've had some hotly contested discussions here about whether whole agencies of our current federal government should exist or whether they need to be significantly streamlined. What I think commends Delaware's example is that it does function in a bipartisan and bicameral way and does actually achieve results. So I'm grateful for your presentation today, and for those who've long served in our state Senate and who've made this an effective committee over now 2 generations. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.